Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising Sign people. E-Ray Taronic here, Master Weaver of Mystery Suspense Thrillers, as well as broadcaster of Astrology. First, I'd like to thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I will be sharing valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges, take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you, and even be able to look forward to the blessings. Now, remember, this is a weekly astrological horoscope, so it ranges from today until the 7th, Saturday. Be sure to watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising sign. As you know, it paints a clearer picture of what you'll actually be dealing with this week. Now, if you need your natal chart analyzed or a tarot reading, don't hesitate to contact me via Messenger on Facebook or email me at mentalchattermusings@gmail.com. Now, this month's newsletter honors creative genius Tashonda Whitaker in her most recent novel, Role Play. I implore you to dive into the audio, ebook, or paperback version of Role Play, and don't forget to stay tuned for Mental Chatter Musings book giveaway, August monthly book giveaway, where you will, several lucky readers will have a chance to receive a copy of one of these brilliant novels that you see before you. Role Play by Tashonda Whitaker, Deadliest Intuition, my newest psychological thriller, or Untame's Never Again, No More. Don't forget to read and review. It is the bookish thing to do, of course. Now, today you can find a copy of the new newsletter, our August 27th edition, on my timeline. I have it posted there for you guys to check out. And also there's 2 sneak peeks inside. I implore you to take a look at both of those for Role Play. Now, Diamond's World will be back next week with Ty Marshall as guest. But until then, this Friday, you can check out Freestyle Friday with the Facebook group ICU Reading and Chatting. Authors will be giving you their impromptu freestyles according to a subject of the ladies' choosing. If you'd like a chance to participate in Freestyle Friday, please contact Ebony Evans, the president of ICU Reading and Chatting Book Club. Let's see. Somebody else had something going on too. I believe it's LaShira Lee on Monday. Hers are normally around 6 or 7. I'll post that on my timeline too for you guys to see, okay? Because that's going to be tomorrow, I believe, that event is going on. Anyway, this week the Sun and Mercury move through Leo conjunct. For many, there's a healing aspect this week. So let's talk about that. If you have any placements within 3 degrees more or less than the degree that I mentioned, these energies will affect you more strongly. So the closer you are to the degree aspected, the more powerfully the transit will impact your life, okay? Now, on Sunday the 1st, today, the Sun is actually at, let's see, I believe it's at, let me make sure I apologize. The Sun is at 9 degrees Leo, okay? So that's your sector of communication, siblings, short distance travel, even your networks of people, okay? People you deal with on a regular basis. Now, this is a day, if you're out for sport, traveling, or anything like that, you want to be very careful, be mindful, no road raging, especially if you have any aspects between, I would say, 6 and 12 degrees Leo. You want to be mindful on Sunday about that. On the upside of this angle, and you know what, with that as well, Gemini, because that's in Leo, behind the scenes at work or even traveling to work, you don't want to argue with anyone, or have harsh words with someone. That actually might happen. You want to be very careful of that, having harsh words with someone at work too. All right. But anyway, on this day, on the upside of this Sun in Leo, because it is aspecting and trining Chiron and Aries, as well, and that's your sector of friends, social contacts, groups, and things like that. It's training that area, and it's also training the area of relationships and partnerships. Okay, even that's your low vibe partnerships, or people who, really don't like you but act like they like you. You might see something, them pay it forward to you or do something nice for you. Somebody does something either way out of the kindness of their heart for you. And it could be in the way of a partner communicating something, you know, one of your friends giving you a shout out on Facebook or some type of social media avenue. It could be any of those things, okay? Um, Now, on Monday, August the 2nd, the sun is in Leo at 10 degrees. So if you have any aspects between, I would say about 7 to 13 degrees, you want to be mindful of not overdoing it on that day. You could succumb to peer pressure, but if you do, it'll only make your situation worse. Now let's talk about this because this is Leo, that's communication. The sun is there and Mercury's there, so that's communication being illuminated, okay? Now, I'm going to say this. Don't succumb to your lower vibrations, okay? Or your lower, your knee-jerk reactions, especially if you're a person that likes to gossip and stuff like that. You want to be mindful of that because it's squaring behind the scenes at work. So if you say something about somebody at work, if you're gossiping or talking about somebody at work, it's going to likely, with the sun aspecting there now, it's going to likely be illuminated. Somebody's going to tell what you said, okay? You want to be mindful of that. Now, also, it could shock you, but at the same time, it could shock you because you find out somebody at work is talking about you or saying something about you, okay? If you retaliate, it's only going to make the situation worse. If you jump to your lower vibrations or succumb to peer pressure, that's going to happen. So make sure that you are, being mindful. And this is aspecting what you think and what you preach. So this is likely them talking about your education and skills, what you think and what you preach, or you directly criticizing and talking about someone and it being brought to light and coming out. Okay? You want to be mindful of that. Now, if they're talking about you and what you think and what you preach, don't worry. You have Jupiter there. So you don't have to worry too much about that. And if that is you talking about someone, maybe you can clear it up in some kind of way. Okay? Now, also on Monday, August the 2nd, Juno is going to move direct in Sagittarius. It's moving direct in your sector of relationships. Okay? Things that you've nurtured that may have been going in a great direction, or a relationship was going in a great direction, it could suddenly experience a bit of upheaval, or maybe it did already experience a bit of upheaval due to the ill intent of another. Because whether affected by slanders or irresponsibility, even saboteurs, one can see a reprieve, okay, on Monday. All right. Now, if this hasn't happened for you already, this could happen, and it could be a shift in someone, new dynamics come to the situation because someone reveals, like I said, something that you said, and then boom, you experience a bit of an upheaval or a shift in career, or I would say home and family, because those square those areas. So you experience some type of shift in a home-based business, you experience some type of shift in career or home and family within a relationship because they heard you were talking about them, or you heard they were talking about you, and some type of shift changes. Okay, now with Chiron and Aries aspecting with healing, for some of you, this is going to bring you some healing. Okay, for you, Gemini, your areas of healing are going to be Aquarius and Libra. Okay, so that would have to do with romance, creativity, or children. So this will have to do with a romantic partner, this thing that's going on, someone you work with within creative endeavors, or a child. Okay? So you'll have an opportunity to repair that relationship or have some assistance through them repairing the relationship. Now, the opportunities and assistance are coming through some type of communication, something you say, something you put out there, whether you write somebody, text somebody, email somebody, something you do or say is going to create the opportunity, the lucky opportunity for this relationship to be salvaged. Okay? Now, for your, let's see, Aries and Leo placements, you can expect some type of blessing. And that would be, that would have to do with a goal being accomplished, with some type of, through friends or social groups or something like that. This is accomplishing some type of goal for you, okay? Or, this is what comes in, to you. This is the blessing aspecting you now. I would say it would be because of communication, yeah, through even a sibling or through short distance travel or something like that. Even communication within your networks of people or your network, some goal is accomplished, okay? So that's what you can be looking at. And this is especially if you have placements, guys, in any of these signs that I'm naming between 5 and I would say 11 degrees, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Aquarius, Libra, Pisces, or Virgo. Okay, your Pisces and Virgo placements are the ones squaring these angles, so that's career and home and family. So that's where this is all going down. Okay, all right. Now, at the same time, Taurus, Uranus and Taurus is trining Venus in Virgo. Okay, so if you get some type of, if it has to do with something in home and family or some home-based business, some shocking thing behind the scenes, some secret sacrifice, solitude, something of some type of blessing could come to you, or through where you had that shocking friction, behind the scenes with people gossiping within a relationship. At the same time, you could have a blessing come in because Venus is there, aspecting, bringing you some type of reward having to do with work, health, daily routines, or where you are of service to others, or where somebody's being of service to you. It could also have to do with a small pet, okay? And this same blessing that we're talking about on Monday and is rolling over into Tuesday, because Tuesday talks about good fortune to or through women of influence or prestige, a blessing being awarded to you through a woman, especially if you have any aspects between 8 and 14 degrees Leo. Okay, you could get that blessing not only 8 to 14 degrees Leo, Aries and Sagittarius as well, which would be a goal being accomplished through a relationship for you, through your social contacts or your network. Somebody is giving you some type of blessing. It's being awarded to you. Now on Wednesday, August the 4th, the sun is in Leo at 12 degrees. This is telling us that through hard work and determination, things can be proved fruitful for you. Your success can bring new dirty looks, however, and negative vibes. You're going to have to be forthright and humble as to not fuel the fire. Please. Things can get out of hand, especially with Uranus and Taurus squaring that angle. Shocking lies could be spread about you, the poisoning of your reputation, even worse, the poisoning of you, depending on how your situation is, especially if this has to do with home and family. What's your situation if you've been getting into it with someone or whatever. Be careful. Be mindful of you going out and putting your drink down. If you've been getting into it with your sibling or something like that and they've got it out for you, you want to get roofied. It depends on what your situation is. But something is amuck with communication, and it's squaring our sector of worth, who you are, your standing, okay? So be very, very mindful of you being on the up and up this week, all right? Especially. Now, Let's see. Yeah, yeah, and that's gonna be all going on behind the scenes. Somebody, sneaky's about, or sneaking about, and you shouldn't do it. Okay, be mindful of that. On Thursday, August the 5th, the Sun is in Leo at 13 degrees. If you have any aspects between 10 and 16 degrees, this will affect you more so. The theme of the day is taking it easy, or taking the easy way out. You might just feel like laying around that day. You might not feel like getting much done that day. So if you're in your mind, if you're planning to stay on task, you're really going to have to make a conscious effort. Okay, do things that push you forward. Do something to motivate yourself before you get to doing what you have to do, because you may not feel that motivation. Okay, now on Friday, August the 6th, the Sun is in Leo at 14 degrees. If you have any aspects between 11 and 17 degrees, this will aspect you more heavily. This is a great day for people looking to contribute to the good and the advancement of their fellow man in some way. Okay, you can find your work is successful, at the very least fulfilling. It's a social day. The sun is happy on that day. That's a day you should really take advantage of that. With the sun being happy, especially with Mercury being there, maybe something is illuminated, or something is communicated to you. That's some type of blessing. But at the same time, if something comes out on that day, on Friday, that was said behind the scenes at work, or where you are of service to others, that you said or they said, don't let it get you down. Okay, because something shockingly could come to light, and that rolls over into Saturday, even when the sun is at 15 degrees, because it says to mind your negative impulses. You don't want to get in your own way. You could find that someone can't be counted on, or someone is dishonest towards you, or your dishonesty is uncovered, or someone else's dishonesty is uncovered. Okay, and likely it will be in your sector of work, behind the scenes, or it could have to do with a sibling. Okay, where you are of service to someone else. All right, now let's talk about your cards now, because I've already gone in 17 minutes into this. Now, your card that's permeating the week is the Moon card. The Moon card is either telling you what path you should go on, and it's saying that it's only partially illuminated. You'll find out more this week, but this week is going to partially illuminate what path you're going on, which way you're going, and what direction you're going. Or it could also talk about this gossip and stuff that was going around. Something is going to be partially illuminated to this week. Okay, now let's talk about that's permeating your entire week. Let's talk about your other cards. Your other cards that came out were the Page of Pentacles. That was the first card. And the Page of Pentacles, the page is a new offer, a new opportunity. The page is the beginnings of something. It's also a messenger, so you could get it in the mail, you could get an email, you could get, a letter in the mail, but something is communicated to you, and the communication has to do with some type of financial opportunity, a manifestation of a new job, because it represents hard work and things like that. But it also advises you to stay on top of your financial concerns and avoid wasteful spending in order to be in good shape down the road. You don't want to overindulge just because something comes in and you feel you might be doing well. Now, that's what this card talks about. Now, what I have next to it is a win. You're waiting for this. You've been in the hangman position waiting for this win to come in. Okay? And you've had to wait for this win, this financial win, or this recognition that's coming in. You've had to wait for this recognition, public recognition, or this win for quite some time. Your faith has been tested, and because you got the Nine of Wands that came out after that. You've had a test of faith, but you've used your resourcefulness. So now there's a lot of mental acuity mental activity going on now. You're busy. You could be under pressure, or you could have even been under pressure while you're waiting for this win and this financial money, this money to come in. Something is going to be illuminated to you partially this week. Okay, it might not be the full Monty, no pun intended, but something is going to be illuminated this week as it pertains to that. Now, also, what came out after that was choices at your disposal. Something is going to be illuminated and partially illuminated, and you're going to have a lot of choices at your disposal because you got the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups talks about confusion, even fantasy, wishful thinking, and different choices. It talks about you being aware that there's a lot of potential available to you, but you need to make the most of your abilities and talents. But not every possibility is going to give you the same potential. You need to not get lost in the mist, not over admire your circumstances. Okay, it's a time to let both logic and fantasy take a back seat because the obvious choice might not be the best choice. Okay, now this week it's asking you to either be the Empress, you're going to come in contact with an Empress, or you're going to be feeling like the Empress this week. And the Empress talks about fertility, femininity, abundance, beauty, a positive influence could be entering your life. She's a good omen for committed relationships and harmony, even in the home. Or this could be you being the Empress in the home. Okay, if this is not someone coming toward you like that, this is you being that person. Okay, now also you got quite a few cards. You also got the conflict card. You're going through some type of conflict or strife, or you are going to be going through some type of competition, disagreement, conflict, or strife. You need to be prepared to fight for a struggle to what you hold dear, okay? But it looks like you're doing just that because you're being the magician. It's either asking you to be the magician or you're being the magician and you're using all of the tools you have at your disposal. Your cups, your knives, your pentacles, your wands. You're using all of your creativity to bring toward you the emotional fulfillment that you are feeling, or the emotional fulfillment that's being offered to you, the overwhelming feeling of love or compassion. You could be falling in love with someone, or you could have a fresh, passionate start that brings you some type of emotional fulfillment, whether it's in creativity or whether it's just some type of contentment you feel. You use your creativity through this competition, and this is what you're feeling this week. Now, your world is changing because you got the World card, and you're going out and looking at new discoveries and new opportunities being opened up to you. Right now, you are the Fool. Okay, things are going to be offered to you, but you are the Fool now. You're journeying through different lands. These are new lands. You're optimistic. You don't know what's before you. You just know these opportunities are before you. You might even get offered something that you have no idea that you've never even done before. Use your subconscious and your higher powers of the mind to decide if this is something that's for you. Okay, all of the cards I see are good here, but be discerning as to whether it's for you. Now, you've also got aspecting more new discoveries. But the other new discoveries that are aspecting are about progress, foresight, expansion, preparation. You preparing for action to increase, for things to speed up, for money to flow your way. You're looking out for this after a necessary transition. Now this stuff is coming to you, and it's a necessary transition where you're moving out of this Knight of Swords position. You're moving out of whatever this conflict or struggle was that you were going through. It could be some type of someone putting red tape in your way, people arguing with you, you arguing with someone else. It could be a Libra, Gemini, or an air Aquarius sign person, or this could have been you feeling that you were constantly in some type of battle or fight. It wards against being hasty to battle, but you're in some type of transition now, and you're coming into newness. where it's asking you for about preparation and foresight and money coming your way and things like that. So come out of this fight mode and come into this preparation for expansion mode. Okay? All right? I implore you to purchase one of the brilliant novels you see before you. And please navigate the week with, I would say, discretion and discernment. All right. God bless you. Bye now.